What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Gray Space Reviews. This one's special.
This one is special, man.
This one is
Oh,
special.
man. So special. We got a request from Lucky. Thank you so much for requesting this. This is Dave East Karma 3. So we'll be breaking this one down for you guys. And for Lucky, if you guys want, drop a comment down below. Let us know what you guys want to be reviewed. Future episodes, we're always open to suggestions. So please let us know what else we are missing from our reviews. And what else you got, man?
That's it, man. You know, shout out to you. Always tell you guys, man, leave a comment. Let us know what you guys want to hear. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it.
Let's get into it, man. So, first initial thoughts, man. What do you think of this?
First initial thoughts. I think that it was a very well produced album. Yeah, shout out to Lucky, man, for requesting this because I hadn't listened to it yet. Very well produced. Had a big East Coast feel to it, which I loved. It really reminded me of the early 2000s. Jay, Nas, like just that sound, that gritty sound that really was, you know, a part of the early 2000s hip hop. And then, you know, obviously Dave East his flow is different. His voice is very unique.
Right.
You know, I'm not a huge Dave East fan, but I am a Dave East fan. I love what he does.
Right.
So yeah, let's dive into it.
Yeah, man. Real quick though, I just want to say my first initial thoughts of the album. Solid album. Like you said, he's from Harlem, man. You know, very East Coast. Production's fire on this. Just a really well-rounded album, man. And
sure.
Actually, you know, it's actually classified as a mixtape. You know, because when I looked it up, they actually classified it as a mixtape.
Okay.
Which actually kind of makes sense when we go down track by track and kind of break this down.
Yeah, I guess
you can kind of see a little bit of things, you know, from different, different kind of like points of view, or you know what I'm saying? Different types of what the music industry is going on today and stuff like that. Right. So, all right, man.
Let's dive into it.
Let's dive in. Handsome,
First
man.
track, Handsome. Fire. I feel like if you're going to start off an album, you come through the gate swinging. Definitely came through the gate swinging.
You know, I listen to a lot of music and do what you heard and stuff like that. And I got to say, one of the biggest problems I have with albums in particular is the start of an album, the start of whatever project you're doing. Right. Usually, you know, there's some kind of weird, you know, intro thing that they're trying to do, or you know, this is probably one of my favorite tracks. It's not my favorite, but you know, it is definitely up there on the list of just hit you in the face. Solid
come out the gate
track,
swinging, man. If you're gonna do a project, man, definitely come out of the gate swinging. He does.
Right.
So yeah, fire track, cadence, flow, beat, crazy. Everything's dope about this song. Next track,
Unruly,
featuring Popcaan.
Yeah, man.
The Jamaican.
You don't see what I'm saying? Like that little
the Jamaican icon. Yeah.
Right, yeah, man. Like that mixtape mentality.
Yeah.
This is where that kind of comes into play a little bit, you know, right? Where you sprinkle in a little bit of that reggae sound in there.
For sure.
And it works, man. This one works for me. It
provides a little bit of change to how you come out. So he came out, boom, swinging. Then this one's got that Jamaican vibe.
Right.
A little bit more, you know, I wouldn't say poppy, but Jamaican, you know what I mean? Just that reggae vibe. And then he provides that grit to kind of offset that, you know, reggae style of song. So definitely a dope song.
And you know, just real quick, man, and for me personally, and I think you kind of feel the same way. I don't think all the features on here work really that well.
Yeah, not all of them.
You know, and some of it just kind of feels kind of weird, and we'll get into it track by track like we're doing now, but I just kind of wanted to throw it out there as we're getting into all these songs. And the next one kind of leading into that is The City,
which starts off tremendous. Like
it's fantastic in the sense of
ain't no love
right
in the heart of that now.
Yeah.
It's the Jay-Z sample, and it's dope. He comes off, and it's the way they did the beat. It's very boom bap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as how they kind of switched the sample up, but then it's like Trey Songz is on the hook,
Right.
and I'm a Trey Songz fan.
I am too, man. I really am.
I think he's a dope.
It just doesn't work
R&B
though.
artist, but it does not work.
It sounds very flat to me. It sounds, another thing I didn't mention is I really like, as you know, we kind of come from, doing mixing and mastering and all that kind of stuff, especially for myself. I really like the way this album is mixed.
Right.
But this song in particular, man, I don't know if it's the way it's mixed or if it almost seems like there's a lack of energy.
There is.
Or something in here. Like
It
they're not
sounds
vibing
like,
off each
they're
other.
on two separate sides of the room recording two separate songs. That's what it sounds like.
Right. And you could definitely tell.
And as we get into it later, I will explain to you who I think he should have had on this song.
Right.
Okay?
Right. So next track we got Get the Money.
Get the Money, which is a dope song. The beat is fire. Dave East is doing his thing. I just don't like the Trouble feature.
Trouble. Right. Which is featured Trouble. Right. And I'm with you on this
it's very
too. Yeah.
French Montana-ish.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of French Montana. I'm just keeping it 1,000. It works for certain songs. It didn't work for this one for me personally. I thought Dave East did his thing.
You know what?
Soon
Dave
as
East did his
Trouble,
thing
all over the album.
The whole album. My
sure.
real problem actually with the album, if I have like a negative critique about it, is really some of the features on it.
Yeah.
Some of the features just kind of just don't fit for me.
Yeah, and this one for me didn't fit.
Right.
Yeah, as soon as it gets to that part, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm done with the song.
Right.
Now, on the other side of that, the next song, Thank God.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs on the album. It's got this crazy piano thing where it sounds like you're running through a magical forest, and you're like, oh my God, where am I? And you touch a flower and the flower blooms, and you're like, oh, this is freaking fairies running around. You're like, what the hell is going on? And then the beat just goes,
beat comes
boom,
in, hits you in the face.
and you're like, oh,
yeah.
whoa,
Right.
whoa. And still this subtle piano
You're right.
thing going on in the background.
Again.
Dave East is, and it's like, whoa.
Again, the way this is mixed.
The way it's mixed.
You know, this piano piece that he's talking about, it's predominant in the front to tell you that it's in this mix,
Yes.
right? And then it's just subtly back there, you know, and it's not up front. It's not hitting you in the face.
It sounds
Just
like a
really
freaking
well done, man.
Choir,
Right.
like a chorus, like, you know,
Right, man. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
dude. It's
but
crazy.
featuring A Boogie with the hoodie. And I love the contrast he brings to this
Yes,
because
very-
Dave East
yeah.
is going so hard, and then he comes to kind of slows down, and A Boogie has like a little bit of the auto-tune vibe on it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, let's go. And the beat comes back and you're like, okay, let's go. You know what I mean? So it provides a little bit of contrast to how Dave East is attacking it. And
Right.
but the marriage of it is done so well.
Right.
I one of my favorite, probably top 3, top 4 songs on the mixtape, on the album.
Right. And then after that, we could skip.
Yeah. Said what I said is for me personally. It's funny because we did not talk about this until right before we're shooting the show, and we both said this is probably one of two.
There's
there's
two on here
that are like super skip worthy. This is one.
This is definitely one of them.
For me.
I just don't really care about, man.
Right.
I don't know what it just doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't have anything for me.
No,
you know.
me
So
neither.
I mean, if it's your jam, man, it's your jam. But just really not for me.
Now
Now
one,
here we go.
Broke or Not featuring Jazzy.
And-
one of my favorite songs on the album. The way it's done. Basically, he's talking about, look, no matter what, you're grinding. And I think it's very fitting to the climate that we're in today.
Right.
Obviously, with a lot of people still being at home or without jobs or whatever the case may be. And it's like, yo, you got to find that hustle. And he's like, basically, you keep you a hustle whether you broke or not. And the way Jazzy comes in with the smooth vibes on the hook and really kind of creeps in there at the end of his verses.
Right.
And he's still kind of rapping, but then Jazzy goes off. Great. And this is where I think Jazzy should have been on The City.
Right.
That marriage would have been fire.
And when you told me about that, I was like, and I didn't even cross my mind because I had the same thought as you as with the Trey songs. I was like, man, just doesn't feel right. And then when you said Jazzy should have done it, and I was like, man. And then we listened to a little bit of it. I was like, of course he should have done it.
For sure.
Yes. Good point on that one. And, you know, the next song is Mission.
Which fire song again featuring Jazzy.
Right.
The only thing I asked, Dave East, why didn't you call YG 400 on this? Definitely has that freaking DJ Mustard, YG vibe.
Yeah.
And Jazzy delivers perfectly on this. Dave East delivers perfectly on this. I just wanted the YG feature.
Right.
At the beginning.
Mm-hmm. And
I made it my mission. You know what this song reminded me of? Jeremiah.
Oh, okay.
Very Jeremiah-ish the way Jazzy did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been on my own, I made it my mission.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
man.
okay,
Dope,
I'm vibing
dude.
with this.
Yeah,
Very West Coast.
Love
Done very well.
Like, yeah, man. You know what, too? I don't think we really talked about is I really like the way this is actually laid out.
Yes.
And there's one problem that I think you and I both have, and we'll get to it. Towards the end here, but really the way this is the track list is actually laid out is actually done really well.
Really well.
And I was really concerned having two Jazzy's, you know, saying back to back. I was like, is this going to work?
But it's two different songs,
and it works though.
Yeah,
it totally works. And I totally understand.
Totally works
how this album was constructed and everything.
Works.
Then we have next up is Menace, just Dave East.
It's very now. See, we talked about this, but we didn't really dive into it, and so I want to get your thoughts. This almost because this song sounds a lot like Handsome as far as the beat, the cadence.
Right.
It sounds like the beginning of the mixtape, the album. Mm-hmm. But now that I'm looking at it, and now that I'm thinking about it, this was almost the start of the B side. Oh
my God, man! I didn't even think about that.
I didn't even think about that.
That is wow. Good observation, man. I didn't even think about that. It's actually, yes, A and B side.
Yeah, it starts the B side.
This definitely starts the B side.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow,
like, when
dude,
you're looking
I didn't
at it
even
now,
think
you're like,
about that because we usually are
okay.
pretty. Yeah, we usually catch on to something like
so
that.
So it makes sense for this.
Yes,
to sound like that. It's a different song altogether, right? And has its own flames to it.
Yes,
but it's like, okay, I gave you this. Now let's give you another. Literally, you could have made 2 EPs out of this. Easy work.
Right, and then. Next fire track.
Fire. Fuck that. Fuck
this is a club song
produced by DJ Paul.
Man.
From 3-6. So anybody
put this on your playlist.
Yes.
When you're going to work out, man, this will get
when
you
you're
pumped
on the way
up.
to work.
Something, man.
When you're leaving work and your boss just told you some crazy shit, you just get in the car. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
This will get you
featuring
public.
Young Dolph.
Yes.
And Young Dolph, this is one of the features that works. Again, provides a contrast to what Dave East is doing.
And it's small enough too. Like his verse was not that long.
No, but it gave it.
But it's
and
just,
then he's like,
just enough to kind of change, then kick back into that.
Yes.
Oh my God, man!
And he let this beat breathe a little bit too, as far as Dave East. He let that fuck that shit, shit.
Yeah,
he let that
let it
marinate.
Breathe.
Yeah,
you know
he
let it breathe.
And then
dude,
Dolph comes in, spits his verse, and he's like, yeah. It's just hype. It's super. This is a hype track.
Yeah, it is.
And it's funny because I was telling you, I really didn't know what you were gonna think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you were like, nah, dog. This is fire. This is fire.
It's fire, man. Next song, Blue Story. Skip it. I don't even know what to say.
Here's the thing.
Do not like this.
Here's the thing, bro. It's featuring Bino Rideau, and I'm a fan. West Coast dude. I'm a fan of him. Has a lot of ties to Nipsey, and did a whole mixtape. Did a whole freaking mixtape with Nipsey back in the days that I love. Like that mixtape is fire. I love that. That shit is in my rotation.
Right.
I just don't like this song.
It
does not work with
Dave. It doesn't. I don't know, man. I just don't care about it.
Yeah, this is one of, and I feel bad because like I said, I'm a fan.
Right. Well, I mean, sometimes that happens, man. Like sometimes there's just songs that just don't click.
Skipper. Okay. For me personally.
Next is a fire track, dude.
Fire.
Stone Killer, man.
Stone Killer featuring Benny the Butcher.
Man.
Yikes.
Yikes is right, man.
This is old school Jada, Styles P, Red and Meth, back and forth. I say more Jada and Styles P because it's a slower flow, and it's bar for. It's
dude. Yeah,
4 bar,
man.
4 bar, 2 bar, 1 bar, 1 bar. It's fire.
Yeah.
They're alley-ooping each other the whole fucking track. Right. And then it just ends. I got a monitor. And it's like, what?
Right,
what?
Dude. Yeah, man.
I'm with this shit like, oh man.
It's just crazy.
Fire
crazy.
song.
Next is Envy, man. Just Dave East again, killing it with the bars, man. Just a dope song, man.
I know they envy me. Yeah, that's fire.
And now, the best
song on the album.
On this album.
And it's funny because so the reason we keep looking down, we have the track list here. And we're looking on Apple Music. And this one, you know how they have the stars next to, the ones that people fuck with. This one don't even have a star by it. This is probably the best song on the album.
This is
for me
definitely.
Personally.
Well, you know what? First of all, there's really, besides maybe the Trey Songz song, there's really no other R&B type of element. But this is really
real R&B.
Real R&B. And Mary J, dude, is just killing it on this track. And them so going back to the city.
You know how I
the
feel.
Way
keep it real.
The way this is blended together, them two,
the marriage of this is crazy.
Fantastic, man. Applause to you guys. Like, this is just a fantastic song.
It is.
And then last song is Believe It or Not,
which is dope.
Which is a dope song. This is where we have a problem with the track list here. It should have been flip-flopped.
Right.
It should have ended.
Been Believe It or Not.
Yeah. It should have ended because that is just
Know How I Feel is epic, bro.
It's just the way that is just stamp.
It's
approval. Boom. Done. Yeah, done. Like
boom.
Just
done.
Right. So
if they would have put Know How I Feel right at the end, you would have felt like, not that you don't feel complete, but you. Believe It or Not being at the end almost made you feel like you needed more, even though it's 15 songs.
Tracks, yeah.
Know How I Feel would have been the end. It's like, oh, okay, I feel satisfied with that. But other than that, track list was crazy. And that's big for us, man, how you construct the album.
Yeah, how you construct it, even though it's a mixtape. How you
put everything together. Yeah, it's an album, bro.
It's an album, though.
It's
just still the way you lay it out. And you, again, like we talked about in the Nas video, the way you construct an album, this is really how you do it. Except for one minor problem, and that's at the end.
Couple songs.
That's okay. No big deal. It's not like it's not going to kill it. You know what I'm saying?
Still fire.
Solid album from Dave East. Thank you again, Lucky, so much.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
For shouting us out and letting us know what you wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And score time, man.
Yeah.
What do you got, man? What do you got? Or you want me to go?
I don't care.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go?
Ding.
Right. Heads.
What is it?
It's tails.
Oh, shit. Man, how'd that work? How did imaginary coin become tails? Okay.
I'm just so curious, like, what your score is going to be.
This many.
Uh-oh. Here it is.
And this many right
so
here.
An 8.
So I got a solid 8.
8 clouds.
I went back and forth on this. If it was, I was between a 7, 8, and a 9, somewhere around there. So I found a happy median. My only problem is the 2 songs, and 3. The City, should have had a better feature for me personally.
Right.
What was it? Said What I Said.
Right.
And then Blue Story. Those 3, like, if he would have taken those 2 off and then changed the hook or changed whoever was on that track for The City, I feel like you're damn near floating with a 9 or a 10. It's right in that range.
Yeah, it does. It gets in that range, man, for sure.
It's in that range if you take those out.
Oh, for sure.
Those 3 just kind of boom, boom, because the rest of it is fire. Now, the one last thing I'm gonna say.
Okay. You want my score?
I do. But I just want to say this. This is definitely one for your vehicle. This is one to jump in a whip
Right.
and ride the fuck out.
Yeah.
Going to work, whatever. So let's hear Zeke the
All right.
Prophet, what he got.
All right.
What you got over here?
I'm giving this a 7.5.
Okay.
And I've had this score actually since about it fluctuated just a little bit for me.
Okay.
But it's solid, man. It's a solid. Again, I have the same complaints, except for there's a couple in here that I'm like, I'm all right. You know, like I still think it's solid though.
Right.
That's
a solid score.
It's a good album, man. So if you guys are hip hop, and you guys like hip hop, go check out this album for sure.
For sure.
This is definitely one that you want to go check out. Want to say too, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It's going to be right here.
Right
okay?
there.
Hit that subscribe button. And also, reminder, let everybody know, hit that like button, hit that share button, and put a comment down below.
Yeah.
And
say a little something.
And we might
we might review.
We might do one of your reviews. You never know.
Yeah. Whatever it is.
Anyways, man.
Shout out to Lucky again, man. Thank you for this, man. I really like seriously. I didn't even have this album on my radar.
Right.
And it's. I'm glad I put it. You know, it's definitely in the rotation.
Yep, man. Well, that's all I got, man. So stay safe, stay positive,
and as always, y'all already know, man.
Peace.